Welcome back, everybody. It is time for another Tuesday night chit chat. First one in October. So we've got a lot of ground to cover because today and tomorrow are Amazon Prime days again, where they offer a ton of stuff discounted. So I'll just give you a disclaimer right now. I have been having some issues um, with my live streaming, with my recording. So we're gonna go until it stops, um, which it has been doing. So if you notice a lag, I will have to get off, reboot, and start over. So we'll see. Just giving you a heads up. I tried to change it. The problem, I think, came from I've been recording in 1080p, but I got faster internet. So I thought maybe I could record in 4K because they're 4K cameras, right? They don't seem to like it. So I scaled it back down to 1440 and we'll see if it likes that. If not, I can scale it back to 1080 and we'll just go from there. So, Jeff made it in. First in line. Hi Sly. I resentment you should get. Oh, I resent it, so you should get it now. You pick what you like. I can't do it while I'm on the air, Jeff, because it's on another computer, which I have to shut down during my live streams because it's too noisy. Uh, so hopefully you can see. Be home in 25 minutes. That's fine. That's fine. I've got a lot of Amazon goodies to cover. So Roy made it in. Good day, everyone. Randy says, I am typing on a cell phone for the chat. Okay. That's normally, so I've gotten lazy in my old age and I have a big TV in the living room and I've gotten to where I watch live streams on the TV and I have to chat on my cell phone. So I don't do a lot of chatting because I'm not very good on that little bitty cell phone. Randy says, hello, everyone. Trying an experiment on using a TV to watch a live stream. That's how I do all of them, Randy. And Randy says, drive safe, Jeff. Yes, I did. It didn't dawn on me that you were driving. You said be home in 25 minutes. So, of course, you're driving. So, yes, please be safe. Randy says, 30-second delay is on. After commenting in chat, there will be waiting. Okay, I think. I'm not 100% sure what that means. Oh, so from the time you comment to where it shows up, there's a little bit of a delay. Yes, that's YouTube. Scott made it in. Hey, I saw the reminder. So Tuesday nights are hard for Scott because he keeps forgetting about me. I feel so affronted. No, I don't. But I'm glad you're here, Scott. That's good. That's good timing. And Roy says slight buffering. Is there? One, two, three. Now on my end, it's still doing okay, but you just never know. It'll actually like I'll move my head and it waits 10 seconds before my head catches up. So if that starts happening, I will just I hope we get through most of this because it takes a long time to set this Amazon stuff up. But that's okay. Randy says bought 2 Express Type B4 cards. I the Express cards are the bigger ones, right? The CF Express, or I guess they're B. I don't know what an Express B4 is, Randy. You'll have to explain yourself. Roy says to Randy, sounds expensive. Yes, yes. And Scott says, looks nice in 1440. Well, cool. I don't know that it looks any different, but yeah, you just want to keep upping your game a little bit. I don't know. We'll see if it works. Watching on a 65-inch TV. That's what I have in the front room in there, and it's nice. The only thing that I haven't figured out how to do is to put the chat up on the TV, and so I get like the full screen. But if I want to read the chat, I have to look at my phone. So that's kind of annoying. If you have figured out, Randy, how to watch the chat come up like it does on the computer, please let me know because it a little annoying. It's not a deal breaker. Roy says buffering is gone now. Well, Roy, it's probably because you're all the way on the other side of the world and it takes a minute to get there to you. Not sure. Just kidding. Scott says sync looks good here. If it and it doesn't like start stuttering, it like from 0 to 60. It just does it. So we'll see. Uh, Jeff says, "Good day, Sly. In the car on the way home now." Jeff, pay attention to your driving. We'll still be on in 25 minutes, I promise you. Roy says, "CF Express Type B version 4." Yes, that's what I was thinking it was the bigger card. So I don't know if any of you are Amazonaholics like myself, but I relish when Prime Day rolls around because it's Christmas present buying time, and I have a list, and I start checking to see if any of the stuff on my list is cheaper. And so I thought I would share some of my favorites with you guys. Some of them you've seen before, a lot of times because I really, really like them. I found some different use cases for one of the items, I think. And so we'll just dive right in there and see. Let me go down all the way down here. Here we go. Roy says Australian internet is notorious. Well, I just had new internet put in. It took them 4.5 hours. I was a little bit, the guys were super, super ultra nice. So I have nothing bad to say about them because where I wanted it, and they obliged, y'all have to remember I'm not very big. And so where I wanted it, there's plenty of room to get in there and do whatever you need to do. However, um, the guy that installed it, 6'2" and big. There really wasn't enough room for him to get in there, but he did. He had to kind of sit down and work kind of sideways and what have you, but he did. I wanted it between on a wall, and there's a bed about a foot from the wall, and there's a bookcase, and he had to kind of wedge himself in there, and he did. He got it installed and hooked up, and the only thing I have not been able to get hooked up is the printer. For some reason, the printer will not um, recognize the Wi-Fi. I don't know why. So I've tried turning it off, turning it back on, unplugging it, plugging it back in. I don't know. It's picking up everybody else's Wi-Fi, just not mine. So that was a little bit stressful. At one point, I had to kick them out so I could go pick up my grandson from school and then come back. But it is what it is. Um, Roy says, there are days when I don't order on Amazon. Few and far between, right, Roy? Yeah. Roy says, I joined the internet's 56-year anniversary last month. Is the internet 50? No. There's no way it's 56 years old. I got my first computer, I think, in 86, but we didn't have internet. And the first internet I remember was in the early 90s. And it was the AOL dial-up where you heard that, weird sound. Um, and that would only be 30 something years old. But if you say it's 56, Roy, I believe you because you know a lot more than I do. All right, so I'm going to show you some of my favorite things. Some of them they've been in, so I put a lot of things in my cart and save it for later, right? And that way you can just go through really quickly and see if anything is on sale. And every time you check your cart, it'll say something about new message, prices have changed or something. And so you can see really quickly if something has gone on sale. And so Amazon Prime Days, a lot of stuff has gone on sale. Uh, Roy says the internet was turned on October 1969. I did not know that because I didn't get internet until the early 90s. So maybe I'm a little bit behind. Jeff saying to Roy, how are you, Roy? How's the weather down your way? And Flying Toast made it in. Hi, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. We're doing fantastic. Um, Jeff, I will have you on as soon as I've gone over all this stuff. So hang tight. I see you there. Just hang tight. I'm going to turn this off for just a minute. Okay. Um, okay. So the first thing on the list, and you guys have seen this before, it's the, um, if I can say it right, Deodrio belt bag. It's the wax canvas. I love this thing. I love it so much I have two of them. But it's on sale right now. If it could get any cheaper, really, this is a fantastic little bag. Let me see if I can get this over here for you. $7.99 for $8. Everybody needs one of these. Scott, everybody needs one of these. It it's very well made. It does have some belt loops on the back, so you can run a belt through it. When I first got it, I did try that, and my body type is not this such to have something on my belt. Like if you're really slim, you can wear things on your belt. If you're not, you probably shouldn't. Um, but it's wax canvas. It's got the aqua guard zippers. It's just a really, it, I don't know why I like this thing so much, but I do. So much so that I have to. And then the next thing on the list is what's inside this thing. So I'm getting ready to start traveling more. And I think my first trip, I don't know if it's November or December. Anyway, it's coming up. Um, but I'm going to try to start traveling about every other month somewhere. And so if I'm gone on a Tuesday, then I have to do a remote live stream, which is fine. I just use my laptop and everything works out well. But the microphone that I use right right here um, let's see if I can do this little guy right here and get that off the desktop. Okay. It is on sale for $24. Now I have several different colors. Um, the one I travel with is a green one. There it is. And I think the green one might be a little bit more expensive, like 80 cents. But the one I use every Tuesday night at home is a blue one. And then I have I believe I have the black one as a backup in case something happens. Because, microphones don't last forever. But for $24, I think it sounds pretty good. You guys haven't complained, so we're going to go with it sounds pretty good, right? But I keep it all in this little deodrio. They need to come up with some names that Americans can pronounce. Um, it just fits perfect in there with the stand and everything. So I am getting a new bag for the laptop specifically to put so when I drive somewhere, I can put everything in that. So, you got to have a bag for everything. Okay. So, where did we Roy's saying it's 21 degrees Celsius. I don't know if that's hot or cold. Seems like it's kind of in the middle. The World Wide Web was added to the internet mid-90s. Okay. That's when I got online. And Randy says, however, the modern internet as a network of networks using the TCP/IP protocol suite is often considered, or suit, protocol suite, is often considered to have officially begun on January 1st, 1983, when AirPanet adopted these protocols. I didn't get it till the early 90s. So that was about probably, I'm going to say 90, 91, somewhere in there. So yeah, it's probably been 30, close to 35 years ago. Roy said, I tried those lens cases that hang on your belt. My trousers keep falling down. Yeah, well, if you have lenses that are yay long, yeah, you need one of them harnesses that go over your shoulder, and I've seen people wear those. None of my lenses are that big. And Roy's talking to Randy saying, I think my ARPSNet account is still valid from 84. 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Beautiful weather. That's my kind of weather. I love the fall and the spring. And I think you guys are coming into your spring, if I'm not mistaken. Scott says the belt pouch looks very handy. It is, and you can carry a multitude of stuff in it. I actually could get my phone, wallet, keys, glasses when I was carrying it as a belt pouch. But I just didn't like where it sat. But I love it for a microphone pouch. Perfect. Roy says America needs to join the 20th century and go metric like the rest of the world. Amen, brother. Yes, we do. They have been touting that since I was in elementary school. I can remember teachers telling us that although we needed to know a little bit about the metric system because it was coming. Well, that's been a very long time ago, and we're still not on it. There is still AOL Mail, Genie, CompuServe, etc. Yes, I think a mutual friend of ours is on AOL Mail. It's hard to say. Roy said, we thank TBL for adding that graphical interface mid-90s. Oh, Roy, you're amazing. Look what he did, guys. This is Roy, right? I love you to pieces. I don't know why you keep giving me super chats, but I love you to pieces. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That you just really made my day. Um, that it just I don't know. It's amazing. Thank you, Roy. You're gonna make me blush. Okay, moving on. You guys know this is my microphone of choice when I'm out and about because I'm into the whole DJI ecosystem. So I guess I should have done it like that. Um, so I started off with the original DJI mic, the great big one, and they work phenomenal. This is still a really good mic, but it doesn't have some of the features that the newer ones do, such as pairing instantly with my DJI cameras as soon as I turn them on. And when this little guy came out, this is the DJI Mic Mini, and this is why I wear this necklace. He just hooks right to the necklace, and I'm ready to go. And as soon as I turn the camera on, this pairs with it, and I don't have to mess with wires or any of that stuff. Now, it will also pair with anything Bluetooth, but there is just the slightest lag. So if you're going to use it with a non-DJI product like your Apple iPhone or your camera, anything that has Bluetooth, I would use a cable. Just and the little receiver. I mean, it's so little. Look how little that is. That's tiny, right? Well, guess what's on sale at a ridiculous price? Um, this guy, $99 for this entire set. Now, mine has a black and a white. There you are. A black and a white one. It comes with two black ones. I ordered the white one separate because I wanted to be able to use either one. But $99. I even ordered another transmitter just because I love these. They have come out with the Mic 3, which is kind of like a Mic Mini on steroids, I guess. But this works great for me. I love it. I'm used to it. And so I did order a new transmitter for $33. Um, just why not? So I'll have two whites and two blacks because that's how I roll, right? But for $99, it's an awesome mic. The Mic 3, I think, is still 300 something, but or it may not be that high. The to give honorable mention, the Hollyland, what are the numbers? It's M M I it's a little bitty thing, and it just kind of clips on your shirt and looks like a button, but it's black. So if your shirt has black buttons, it would just look like another button. But it just clips on your shirt, and it's no bigger. Where's my button? It's no bigger than that button. And so and it has really good sound. And it's on sale too. So if you're not into the whole DJI thing, Hollyland makes a really good microphone too. Scott says Al Gore invented the internet in his dreams. All I remember about Al Gore was his campaign to have that every household should have fresh water. And at the time, I lived out in the sticks on the top of a mountain, and we had pond water that we had to filter through like a bazillion things to turn it into, what do they call it? Potable water. Um, yeah, Al Gore failed me. Randy says the DJI Mic 2 are fantastic. Now the Mic 2, I do have one of those. It will hook up to via Bluetooth, but the size, and I only have one of these, and I have the white one, so I got a black cover for it. But the size of this thing compared to this thing. So yes, this has recording capabilities built in. This does not. Um, the sound quality, because I've compared them, is not that much different from one to the other. So there is that. Okay. Hang on, let me get this put back in here. So the Mic Mini is my favorite. Um, and eventually I probably will jump off and get the Mic 3 because it's like the Mic Mini with extras. And if I don't turn that off, it's going to try to hook up something. Um, Roy says to Scott, I still remember having a text interface and using Yahoo, etc. I think they're still around. Well, I guess they are. I think I have a Yahoo email on one of my email accounts. Randy says MSN.com and live.mail are still active. I think I got a thing the other day that Google Mail, I hadn't used it in so long, they were going to shut it off. But live.mail, I don't know. I have a .mail account, but I don't think it's live.mail. Roy says to Randy, remember AOL? Yeah, the dial-up. I very much remember those. Jeff says, okay, I'm home. Give me 5 minutes to sort myself out and find where to come in. Yeah, it'll be just a little bit, Jeff. Roy says, was it Al Gore who invented the potato? I think he didn't invent the potato, but he put an E on the end of it. Maybe? Was that Gore? Randy says, last time I used AOL was on version 3. I don't even remember what version we had. It's been a minute. The 90s. Roy says to Randy, memories. Remember the first Netscape when you can turn off the graphics. I do not. I do not remember that. Um, and I probably should. Randy says, I've been watching Midsummer Murder Mysteries, then transferred to YouTube. So, I I don't know what season they go up to because I know Amazon Prime has some Midsummer Murders. I'm a huge fan of Tom Barnaby. Not quite so much a fan of John Barnaby, but he was growing on me, and for some reason I quit watching it. But I was a huge fan of Tom, the original Inspector Barnaby. Yes. Okay, so what's up next? Where'd we leave off? The microphone. Okay. So let's say, because I like small pouches, right? But let's say you want something a little bit bigger. Well, everybody's go-to is this one, which, as you can see, still has the tags on it because I ordered this. Man, I ordered this, and when I got it, I'm like, ooh, and I'm still ooh. I don't like the feel of it. And I'm a tactile person. So so how it feels is important, and I don't like the material, right? And guess who this is made by? Uh-huh. Yeah. This is the one that everybody loves. It's got the AquaGuard zippers. It's got like these little wimpy handles all over the place. So you can, hold it in your hand or whatever. Now the inside looks almost like everybody else's. Okay, it's the accordion thing. It's got the gussets so it won't just flap open, yada, yada, yada. I'm not complaining about the inside. I'm complaining about the material on the outside. And maybe in different colors it's a different material. I don't know. But this is not for me. So, well, Sly, what do you like? Well, I'm going to show you. This is the one I like. Now, I have a lot of the Yolonzis. They're great, but as far as touchy-feely, this is the best one I found, and it's by Tripped Travel Gear. And guess what? It's on sale right now. Go figure. Normally this thing runs $40, and it's pretty much it stays $40 pretty much. AquaGuard zippers, the inside, it's almost identical to the PD. Got the thing so it doesn't fall open. Got the inside just identical to theirs. It does have a zippered pocket on this side, which theirs doesn't, and then it has the same zippered pocket in here, which theirs does too. But yeah, this is if you're now if you want a name brand and you want everybody to see that logo, then get this one. If you don't care about name brand and you want to go with a more quality product that's cheaper, because this little thing here is like 50 bucks. Okay. 30 bucks on sale right now. Now I think three of the colors, olive, cranberry, and the tan are 30, and then the rest of them are 34, but that's still on sale compared to normally they're 40. So it's got a zipper pocket in the back for quick access stuff. So this feels so much better. And I like the fact that it doesn't have a wimpy handle. It has a really good beefy handle, if that's a thing. It's got a beefy handle that I really like. So when you put it in your bag, you can pull it out really easily because that's a really good handle, unlike this little thing, this little thing. These these are not, they feel very cardboardy, but each their own. Apparently some people love that one. Each their own, right? I'm whatever y'all want to do. Randy says, I remember Vice President misspelled potato at a school and got a lot of flack for it. Potato with an E is how he spelled it. Yes. And oh, yes, Scott, you're right. It was Dan Quayle. You're absolutely right. Randy said, I bought most of the series for my wifey. Now DVDs seem to be going out of fashion. Randy, when I moved, I found so many VHS, and I don't even have a VHS player. Like the original Lion King. Back in the 90s, Disney had a thing where they would put subliminal messages in their shows. And I have The Lion King with the subliminal message, but it's on DVD, and I don't have a DVD player. So there's that. And we have a new person, Leah Eli. Welcome. No, I don't want to use my phone as a webcam. Um, welcome, welcome. The inside is really nice. The inside of of the Tripped. Yeah, I hands down would prefer this over the Peak Design or the Ulanzi. And I have 3 different sizes of the Ulanzi. And this is just, yeah, I just really like that one. But thank you for joining us. You're a new name. I don't think I've seen you before. Randy says, PD cases material I do not like and their pricing. I don't like the material, Randy. I don't know if it's like that on every color. So, maybe I'm being biased because I only have the one color. I just do not like the feel of it. And if I can't use it because of the way it feels. So, there's that. Uh Roy says, "Does it come in Roy size?" The Tripped only comes in this size. So, no. Because I have a feeling, Roy, you have a lot more stuff than this. I need to find a really big, oh, I do. I know a really big one. The Mission Control Large by Mystery Ranch. That thing is like this big. That is Roy size. Okay. Randy says, I have a huge library of VHS and DVDs, but do you have a VHS player? Now, I have been told that I can take them in and have somebody transfer the VHS over to DVD, and I do still have a DVD player. So maybe. Uh, Roy says, Randy, I donated all my VHS to the Salvation Army. Well, they probably have a player to go with those. I haven't thought about looking at thrift stores, but yeah. Okay, so if this is too big for you, and apparently it's not big enough for Roy, but if it's too big for you, this is my second favorite. This is the Tom Talk. I'll turn around so y'all can see it. This is the Tom Talk, no frills. I have 4 different sizes of Tom Talks, tech pouches, and this is the one I keep going back to. Now I have a blue one and a gray one of this, and the reason I like it is look how thin it is. It's squishy, so you can just squish it in your bag anywhere you need to, and it keeps your cords and cables somewhat contained. Okay. And it's on sale for $12.59. Everyone should have one of these. It's You can fold this down because, like I said, it's kind of squishy. And voila, there's kind of all your stuff. And then normally I have more in here, but some of it is on the desk because it's on my list. So it's not as full as it usually is. But this thing is amazing, especially for $12.50. Okay, $12.60. It's just the material is it's a finer weave than the Tripped. It's got more polyester where this is more, I think, more nylon because this is softer. But this is still soft and it's squishy. Did I mention it's squishy? And so it just fits in my bag wherever I need it to. If I need it, on this side, it's amazing the tight spaces that this can fit in. So for 12.50, pick you up at Tom Talk. It's amazing. Now, the bigger ones, they're good too, but they're they're more than what I need or want. So I just like the the squishiness of it. Okay, I'll get off the squishy. Um, Randy says, I have my parents' VHS tapes of Westerns. I have the VHS to DVD recording also. Yes, if I could find a machine that would do from one to the other, I would transfer some of those. I didn't throw them away just because there's some of the kids when they were little bitty, but I will have to find somewhere that can transfer the stuff. Roy says that bag is big enough for a couple of batteries. Probably. Yeah, if you're well, even my big Canon batteries, I could probably get one, two, I could probably get 4 times 2, so 8 of them, maybe. Yeah, but I just like how slim it is. It will expand out, like, if I can do this without dumping everything out of it. So that's another reason I like it. When you have stuff on, I'm just going to take it out so I don't dump it on myself, and because that is something I would do. So when you have it full, this expands out to like that. There you go. Okay. And if you have something in the bottom of it, it stands up, depending on how you have it packed out. Now, I just took everything out, so it's not going to stand up now, but it will. So, yeah. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Um, Toast says, I'm proud of my Magnavox Combo VHS DVD player. We use it very infrequently. I wouldn't use it either, except I'm pretty sure those VHS tapes, some of them have pictures of my kids. Yeah, when they were like 3. And now they're not 3. In fact, my youngest just turned 30. How about that? Leah says, I have an UGG handbag that I use and love it. I love UGG products, like their boots and their shoes. UGG makes a really good product. They usually come with a pretty hefty price tag. So, but that's really cool. Yeah, Leah, we talk about everything here. So it's Amazon Prime Days, so we're kind of going over some of my favorites. Um, and then I'm gonna have Jeff join me in just a minute if he can stay. It's afternoon there. He can stay awake. Roy says, I remember airlines used to give you bags like that. I think I remember American Airlines doing that. Um, they would give you little travel bag. They don't do that anymore. Yeah. They also don't let you get on with a full-size bottle of shampoo either. Randy says Best Buy has all-in-one VHS to DVD unit. And how much is that? Leah says, yep, my boots were $170. See? Randy says, I have that Magnavox type also. Yeah, that would be. Can you record from the VHS to like burn a CD? I don't know. Okay. The next thing on my list, and I've talked to you guys about this before, but it's on sale, so I'm going to talk to you about it again. This little thing. This is my absolute favorite. Now, my daughter is flying out tomorrow, and so I was kind of making a travel thing for her. Um, and so I made like an in-flight bag, in-flight kit, I guess. And this is one of the things I put in it because when you're, I don't know how long their flight is going to be, but she's going quite a ways away, and it's probably going to be a fairly long flight. At some point, they're going to dim the lights. That's always the time that you decide you need something in your bag, is when they dim the lights and then you can't see it anyway. So with this little flashlight, which I'm gonna hope it doesn't it's not, I don't know if you can see that. Okay. See, it's not that bright. So like if you're sitting in an airplane and there's 3 seats and the lights are dimmed and the guy next to you is sleeping and snoring, you can take this out and you can shine it in your bag and it's not going to wake him up. Or if you happen to have your grandson spend the night with you and he's sleeping in the bed next to you, so you don't want to get up and turn on the bedside table light because you'll wake him up, you can just take this, and you can see all the way to the bathroom and come back, and you won't disturb him at all. So these are absolutely fantastic. They are on sale for $12 for a Olight flashlight. $12. And this is the coolest thing ever. You know, I'm all about gizmos and gadgets. So this thing, you stick it in a USB. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that? No, you can't see that. You stick this in a USB-A charger, and that's how you charge it. Is that not the coolest thing ever? So if I have used one, as I'm driving down the road, I just plug it into my USB, and by the time I get home, it's charged and ready to go again. So I have these in several colors. So, um, yeah, there's that. But I think I have green, blue, orange, and red. Yeah. I love these things. 12 was 11.99, $12. Again, everybody should have these. They're kind of no-brainers, right? Randy says, yes, you can record and burn to DVD. See, that's what I need. Yeah, and then I can just put everything over on. But you know, by the time I did that, they'll probably come up with a new way of doing it. So who knows? Randy, Roy says to Randy, RCA lives on. Yes, they do. Okay, so what do we have next? Oh, the next one, um, I've been watching this thing for about 4 months, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow. But I went ahead and added it because I think it's so cool. So I can't really show it to you because it'll be here tomorrow. But this thing is that not too cool? It's a carabiner. So when it's folded up, it looks, it's just a carabiner, right? But you can just pop it off your backpack really, really quickly, and then you've got hopefully a fairly sharp knife. But for $8, again, kind of a no-brainer. Now you can't change the blade in this one, which my sidewinders that I have everywhere until I want one, they're in every bag I have. I just don't happen to have a bag with me. Um, they're in all my sling bags and everything else. They take a utility blade. They're also about $3 higher. And so I just thought this one was really, not only is it cool looking, but for $8, yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal. And it's coming tomorrow. I think it's like 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Why they deliver from 4 to 8 in the morning, I'm not really sure, but they're trying to get stuff out as fast as they possibly can. Um, Roy says, do those torches come in Roy size too? Well, Roy, sometimes little is better. I do have a bigger, like I have this Olight that's also quite small, but now this is a triple A. This is not rechargeable. Um, and it puts out a decent amount of light. It puts out more light than this does. Okay. And these are great, But when you're trying to be stealthy and you just need a little light to see, these are the way to go. Stealthy is good when you're trying not to wake up a 6-year-old. Carlos made it in. Hey, Sly. Hey, everyone. How are you doing, bud? How's the weather out there? We're in full autumn mode where it's getting into the mid 80s and then getting really cool at night. So it's great to have the windows open, and I leave I leave my windows open. Jeff, I'll get to you as soon as I finish the Amazon thing. Okay. Randy says, "Hi, Carlos." And Royce says, "Are we getting ready for Christmas?" Yes, we are. I had my list, and I went down the list to see what was on sale because they'll run more sales on Black Friday. And so if it was like $10 or more off, it went in the cart, right? So yes, I got Christmas for daughter, son, grandson. It was cool. Carlos says, "Hey, Randy." And Roy says, "Most of my torches these days take 18650 batteries." I just put it in my truck too. Um, so I have a through night TT, I think it's a TT20, and it takes a ridiculously big battery. I think the Woobin that I like so much that clips on, I think it takes the 18650 if you buy the extender for the handle. Um, but Roy, I would love it if all my stuff took the same batteries. It's not going to happen in my lifetime, but it would be nice. Yeah, if everything I had took that 18650, which I think is plenty of battery, but I think on the TT20, I think the batteries are bigger because they're long and they're about like that maybe. Um, and so I think they're a little bit bigger than that. But and Olight obviously makes big everything they make is bigger than this. This is like the smallest thing they make. Um, so they make plenty that take that 18650 battery. But I just like these because they are so stealthy and yet I won't stub my toe. But in an airplane, it's not going to wake up the person on either side of you, just like it doesn't wake up my grandson in the bed next to me. So, yes, I have these everywhere. Love them, love them, love them. What is next? The this one's coming tomorrow too. Um, so this is I wanted something, I think it's in this bag. I wanted something a lot smaller than this. I don't mind this because the little prongs fold up, but if I could get something with a smaller footprint, that's kind of what I was going for. So, and I don't think I put the right one on there. I didn't. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll have to go and change that. Um, this is the one I meant to put on there. The Anchor. No, that's the 30 watt. Huh. Okay. So I did have the right one on there. Okay. Well, let's do that again. Okay. So the Anchor Nano 45 watt. Can you tell I'm a professional at this? Um, this is a 30 watt. And so the Anchor is a 45 watt and it's on sale for almost half price. And the the little prongs fold in. That was kind of my criteria is I had to have the little prongs that fold in. But it's so much smaller and it'll take up so much less room in my bag. So that was a definite no-brainer because I just think I just like small and compact and it weighs less. And when you're walking through an airport and you're already tired because you've been on a plane for 3 hours, and then you're walking through an airport, and it's for some reason, I'm always at the very back gate, as far back as you can get, and my Uber is all the way in another county. And so carrying all that weight on your back, so I'm trying to get everything down as small and as light as I possibly can and still be functional. Roy says, there is nothing about me that is stealthy. Yeah, well, see, I'm going for the ninja effect here, right? I want to be able to get in my bag without anybody on either side noticing me. The Normally I get a window seat if I get to pick. I did have to come back one time on a Southwest flight, and I was the last group to board, and the only seats available were in the middle seats. And yeah, I got stuck between one guy was exceptionally large. The other guy, he was an okay size, but because I'm in the middle and you just kind of feel squished. And so getting down and rooting through your bag, it's just not a good thing. Roy says 45 watts is just about enough for PD charging. Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking. Um, and so for what, $19? I mean, that's a pretty sweet deal. However, if you are somewhere, now I always charge my stuff up before I leave, but I have like when we've gone to the park and stuff, I have had friends ask me if I had anything in my bag that would charge their phone. Well, of course I do. I'm Sly. Hello. Um, and so I'd never heard of this brand before. It's INIU. Um, and little thing is phenomenal. Now, in my little airport bag, I keep a really, really small one-time, it'll charge your phone one time, because there's nothing worse than getting off the plane only to find out that your phone has died. And then you want to call somebody and tell them you landed safely and you're on your way, and you can't because your phone's dead. And you don't have your vehicle, so you can't just hop in your car and charge your phone up. So, yeah. So these things are phenomenal. This is only 22.5 watts. This is the older version of what I'm getting ready to show you. Um, this is the new version. And with the coupon, it's less than 20 bucks, 19.79. And it's a little bit, find out where you are. It's thinner than this one. I think the footprint this way is the same size, but it's thinner, which this is a really good size. It's it won't fall out of your hand, but it's not so big that you can't get your hand around it, right? And so for 20 bucks, and the new version comes with a USB-C to USB-C, so all you people that have the newer iPhones or Androids, I think charge with USB-C. I have an old iPhone, so I just have my little, oh, I'm charging it now. My little charging cable that's like 6 feet long, um, or maybe it's 3 feet. So I can just go from the charger to the phone, just and get a little bit of charge pretty quickly. So, and they come with this cute little bag. Cute little bag. So for 20 bucks, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You can just throw it in your bag and forget about it. The only thing is you do try to think about it every week or two so you can make sure it has a full charge. So when you do need it, it is charged for you. Um, I have never had that happen to me because if I know I'm going to be out somewhere that I'm going to need it, I charge everything the night before. I pretty much have to charge my camera batteries about twice a week. And so that's just I just make sure everything's charged. Charging is my nemesis. Mookie made it. Hello, friends and neighbors all over the world. You got that right. Hello, Mookie. How are you tonight? How's everything going? I hope you're doing well, sir. Roy says airlines have banned Roy-sized battery packs these days. Yes. The one, this is probably my favorite. And it's too big to go on an airline. So it has to stay home, unfortunately. But charges my phone really fast. But, is what it is. And then the last thing I have to show you guys is going to lead me into the next thing I want to show you. So it is these Travelon compact hanging toiletry kits, and they are on sale. You can also find them at non-Amazon places even cheaper than the 1588. Is it 1588? Yeah. But I have three of these, and I'll tell you why. This is actually my toiletry bag. Okay. Deodorant, whatever, shampoo, toothpaste, all that good stuff. This is the in-flight kit that I made for my daughter. If I can figure out how to get me back here. The reason being, I wanted it to be a bright color so that she could see it and not forget it, right? And then this is an electronics, if I can turn around the right way. This is what I keep a lot of my electronics in. So, I'm going to show you my in-flight toiletry kit. It's not really toiletries. I guess I should have just said in-flight kit. So, let's go to this one. Okay, so it's soft and squishy and malleable and all that good stuff. And I am lagging. Wow. I wonder if it's just that camera. Huh. Okay. Well, that's okay. Am I lagging on this one? No. We're still good on this one, yeah? Okay. So it's just the overhead. So, um, yeah, there'll be a little bit of a lag from the picture from my voice. So sorry about that. Um, okay. So the first thing you want is you want some wet wipes, some disinfecting wipes to wipe down your tray table and your armrest, anything you might touch, because the flight stewardesses really don't have time to wipe those planes down in between flights. And would help if I'd turn it around the right way. So that's just kind of a necessity. And then I've got my earbuds. Now, on a plane, I like having the wired earbuds because that way I know the battery won't die. Everything's about batteries. And I just put them in these little cute little sacks that have a little drawstring, easy to get out, easy to cinch up. And then the cords don't get messed up. Now, y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but these are dryer sheets. If you have ever been somewhere, and this is kind of the time of year and winter and everything, where you get static electricity, dryer sheets, rub them on your hair, whatever, and it takes the static out. So, just good to have, and they make your bag smell good. So, that's in the little top part. Then in this part I've got gum, I've got some lip balm, I've got some little toothpick things in case you get like a piece of nut or something stuck in your tooth. You can not have to spend the whole flight trying to get it out with your tongue. And then some little breath strips. And so that's kind of all about your mouth. That little pocket has got everything you need in it for a refreshing flight. Is that a thing, a refreshing flight? And then in this little tin, and I'm really lagging. I'm sorry about that. Um, is like a medicine tin. So if your throat starts getting dry or scratchy, I've got some little Ricola uh, lozenge things, and then I've got just a little bit of like it because you're not going to be on the flight for days, just a few hours, and so I've got some naproxen sodium, some ibuprofen, and then if you happen to get a paper cut or something, I do have some Neosporin and uh, Band-Aids, alcohol, prep pads, that kind of thing, and some safety pins, just because you never know. And I'm the type of person that I don't want to get off that plane and, you know, midway through the flight, my bra strap broke or something, and I don't have any way to fix it. So, yeah. So all that is in my little tin. That's kind of like my help. Not really a first aid tin, but kind of a help me. And then over here we've got a pen, which this is one of those Olight, what do they call it? Bolt action pens. It can also be, if you do it the other way, it can be a pencil. If we can catch up here. I don't know why that's lagging so bad, but it is. And then a little bitty note. Just something to jot down. Oh, I need to pick up this when I land. And then this is the world's smallest power bank. This will charge your phone approximately one time. But if you're on the plane and your phone's dead, this is perfect. Oh, and guess what? Guess what, guys? Another one of the flashlights. So you can and see down into whatever you need to see. So that's kind of what all that's about. And get my pen back in there. Don't want to forget the pen. It's one of the most important things, right? Okay. And then in the last compartment down here, we've got some tissues, a Tide pen, right? Because I'm notoriously messy. These cute little things, which it looks like a piece of candy, but when you get it, it's actually a towel. And so if you spill something, you can wipe it up with this. And so I have a couple of those, one for the flight out, one for the flight back. Hopefully I don't spill more than that. A Walmart sack. Sly, why do you have a Walmart sack? Well, I'll tell you. If you use any of this stuff, where are you going to put your trash? So I just put all my trash in a Walmart sack, and then at the end of the flight, when the stewardess is coming around to pick up the stuff, I just give her the whole sack. And she doesn't have to touch my trash. They really appreciate it. This cute little tin is Q-tips, just in case you need them. You just never know. And then some hand lotion, which also I've used this on my face before, and it kind of calms down if your face is feeling kind of like burning a little bit. It kind of calms everything down. So that is pretty much all my in-flight stuff. Back in there, and then it just put those down there, and it zips up, and then you just put it in front the back little pocket in the seat in front of you. Um, oh, maybe that's why. It just fits right down in that pocket, and you've got everything right there. Now, I have the same exact bag in a different color, and this usually goes in my checked luggage. I don't really take a lot of toiletries, but you can hang it up um, in the bathroom or whatever, and it just they're squishy, so they fit around anything in your suitcase. And I love these things, and they're not expensive. So, and then last but not least, the gray one, and I've taken some stuff out to show you. This is a lot of the hotel rooms that I stay in. The lamp, they don't have desk lamps anymore. They come out of the wall and up. And so you can hang this thing on like the lamp, if I can get it, you can hang it on like the lamp next to like that comes out of the wall. And then you've got all your tech stuff. Now this actually has everything for my laptop, the charger, the USB, what am I trying to call that? The travel hub, the mouse, and the charging cable, and this always goes in this bag. Um, so it's not just a toiletry kit, right? I love these things, and I love them because they're so malleable and squishy. There's that word again. Um, let's see. Mookie says everything is going well. Randy says hello, Mookie. Um, Mookie says hello to Randy. I hope the puppy is calm for you tonight. I don't think Lucky is ever calm. I don't think that's a word Randy would use to describe him. Randy says, got a love seat sofa cover to hide the tears from Lucky. Ooh, bad boy, Lucky. Uh, Roy's talking to Randy, says, does Lucky allow you to share the seat? Oh, yeah. He wants to be on top of Randy. Randy says, yes, as long as I let him sit on my lap. Yep, he wants to be on top. Randy says, does anything explode after traveling airplanes? I've had creams and toothpaste are pressurized after taking the cap off. So I've never had any problem with anything in the cabin, but my checked bag, and I don't know what it is about perfume, but my checked bag, I never have as much perfume when I get to my destination as I did when I started off, and all my clothes smell good. Now I can't see where it leaked, but it leaks. Yeah. Roy says I'd put camera tools in mine, maybe a few nails to bang in the wall to hang things on. I've never not found a place to hang things. So whether if it's in the bathroom, one of the hotels I got, and I think I had my grandson with me. Um, it was apparently they ran out of like non-handicap rooms, and so they gave me a handicap room, and there was no vanity. It was like the sink was like this big, and there was no vanity around it. And I guess that was so you could get a wheelchair or something in there. But I had to find a place to hang everything because there was no vanity to set stuff on. Now, my son, he likes the toiletry kits that sit down on the vanity. But in that particular room, I guess you could have set it on the desk outside the bathroom or maybe on the toilet tank itself or something. But there was no place to set anything. So, but there was a towel bar. And so I just hung it from the towel bar. And normally I kind of count I kinda know if I'm gonna stay in a hotel that will supply shampoo and stuff. If they do, I use their stuff. Um, but when you stay in, like, Airbnbs and stuff, they don't supply anything like that, so you have to take your own. And, uh, and that's okay too. I mean, normally you're not paying quite as much for those little travel things they give you, they charge for those. Yes. So it's kinda you kinda have to know what you're getting into. But I know hostels do not supply that kind of stuff, you have to take your own, and that's a really good reason to have a hanging toiletry kit because you don't wanna set I don't To me, it just seems germy to set something down on like a communal bathroom. I don't know. Yeah, but is what it is. Randy says Lucky heard his name from the TV and is up now. Here comes trouble. Sorry about that. Maybe we should have spelt it Lucky. Is Lucky in your lap? Roy's saying Lucky has a pet Randy. Yes, he does. And what's funny is, even when he is full grown, he will still think of Randy's lap as home. Yeah. So, okay, Jeff has been sitting very, very patiently. Let me see if I can figure out how to get him on because I know we're running a little over on time tonight, uh, but I do want to hear about his trip to Turkey. So, let me see if I can turn my sound off and turn his sound on, as we say. Boop, boop, boop. I really need to figure out how to go wireless, but my wireless have even more lag than YouTube does. So, I don't know how Lewis does it. Got them both in? Okay. So let's turn this off. And then we'll go, hello, Jeff. And we will add you. Oh, you're upside down, Jeff.
Okay. Hang on.
I think
How are
you
you?
should be the, oh, there you are. Okay, there you are. Now you're right side up.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Been quite busy, as you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I tried the OneDrive and I didn't have access to it.
I was in the car. A friend of mine told me that I had to go in and change it, so I've changed it.
Okay.
You should able to have a look at it. So you can just have a look what you want, and if you want to download it, you can. If you don't, that's okay too.
Okay. Well, it comes in on my PC and then I
Yep.
have to send it over to the Mac. So it takes a
Yep.
little bit of time to get it set up.
I wouldn't
So,
worry about it today.
yeah, I will try to have it ready for next week. Now, next week I
Mm.
will have my grandson. So, my son is coming over to do the bedtime routine with him while I do a live stream. So, I don't know how long I'll be able to stay live next week, but we'll try it and I'll see if it works. If it
You're
doesn't, I'll
blessed.
send you an email.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So
So,
Turkey.
tell me about it.
Oh, if you ever get a chance to go, it's a must for anyone. It's oh yeah, it was just I don't know how to describe it. The people are friendly, the culture is amazing, the food, everything. You know,
So, what
West meets. Sorry.
was it, a cultural shock?
Um, to a degree, yeah, I guess, because they are totally different to the West.
Right?
Things like I'm not used to hearing is the call to prayer.
Oh, okay.
You know, with the Muslims and that. So
Right.
that was an eye opener. Um, the culture, the dress, the food. I don't know how the archaeological sites.
Yes.
Fantastic. You know, like the one in Ephesus, that I think it's in them photos and videos. They're still working on that. And just to give you an idea, I was there for about 4 hours and I still didn't see it all.
Wow.
It is so big. It's amazing. It's a huge city. So yeah, they went to the Basilica of St. John. Yeah, I think it's St. John, the Basilica of St. John, I think it's called. The one that wrote Revelations in the Bible, at Patmos. Apparently he died over there. So apparently that's him, apparently.
Okay.
So I was told. Um, yeah, the air balloon at Cappadocia.
Right.
You'll see that on the video. If you get access, I'll send a video of a little bit of the flying over Cappadocia.
Okay.
My goodness, seeing the fairy chimneys and all that, that absolutely amazing. You know, went and had a home dinner with a lady and a hubby. So we did that as well, and
Did
that
you
was a
did,
real.
did,
Sorry,
did you know them ahead of time?
no, it was all part. I went with the tour group,
Okay.
so we didn't do it on our own. I wanted to do it in like a bubble, I suppose, if you call it.
Right.
But I think if I was to go, I'd like to go back again if we can afford it. And if I was to do it again, I don't think I'd go on a tour. I think I'd do it myself.
Oh, okay.
Um, People say it's dangerous. And, once I got there, it's no more dangerous than Australia. You know, I went out at night on my own. Just to give you
Right.
an idea, I was out at about 9, 10 o'clock, and I wanted to get photos of the Galata Towers at night.
Okay.
And here's me walking the streets with my camera gear. Everyone was friendly. Not
Okay.
an issue. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I think sometimes it's overly dramatized,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so
Well,
like,
you're going to hear about the bad cases, not the good cases. So,
yeah, and that's what sort of frightened me at first. And, but I can assure you, the moment I stepped foot in Istanbul,
right?
them fears just went away. The people are amazing. Like I said, there was a guy, like, because they love their fishing over there. And how we got to talk to each other, we used Google Translator.
Okay.
And that's how, for about half an hour, we would chat, and we found out he was a professional photographer and all this. So now I've made friends with him as well. Then there was a couple of young Muslim girls, very nice. Same thing. We didn't understand. Eventually, we worked out they wanted me to take photos of them, so I did. Um, and yeah, so now we're still staying in contact with them as well. So yeah, you know, I think if anyone had the money or could afford to go, absolutely 100%. It's totally different to the West, a
Yeah.
totally different culture altogether. And, it was an experience I'll never forget. I can tick it off my bucket list of things I wanted to do.
Right.
Went to, just trying to think what it's called, Gallipoli, because that has a special place in my heart, Gallipoli. So I had to, but that was the first stop I had to do. So I went to Gallipoli and took some photos of family members that are buried there.
Okay.
Um, but when you go to Gallipoli, you can understand why they were like lamb to the slaughter. They had no chance at all, you know. But yeah, so Cappadocia. Then I did the underground caves. That's
Oh, that'd be
amazing,
cool. Yeah.
right? Where it's an underground city. So
That'd be
the
cool.
cave hotel. Yes, stayed in a cave hotel. Absolutely loved it. You know. What else can I say? Went to Troy. The
Okay.
Legend of Troy.
Right.
So it was interesting, but I think a lot of it is all for tourists. Like that
Oh
type of
yeah.
thing.
Right.
I don't know how much is true. Um, in Istanbul, I went to the Hagia Sophia. I don't know if you know much about the Hagia Sophia Mosque.
No,
Do
it's
you know much
all.
of it?
No, I don't.
Okay, so before Constantinople was conquered by the Muslims, it was a church. It was built in the Roman days, and
Okay.
then the Turks came in and conquered Constantinople in 1435, I think it was, something around there. And they changed it to a mosque, and then it went to a museum, and now it's back at a working mosque. But to go into that place, absolutely, the architecture, I love architecture,
Right.
and
I
that
do
was a,
too.
yeah. So it's absolutely beautiful. Then you got the Blue Mosque. I'd say out of the two, the Blue Mosque is the prettiest out of both, but both also in their own unique way have something to offer. So you can't really say one's better than the other. They're different,
Okay.
but absolutely wonderful. So that was really good. What else did I do? I know it's just so much. Went
And
along the Bosphorus River.
now,
Yeah,
how many days were you over there?
10 days altogether.
Okay. Was that long
So it was
enough or
full
not?
on. No,
No.
no,
Okay.
no, definitely not. I think if we were to do it again, I said to my wife, we'd have to go over there for about maybe a month.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of, with the group. That's why I
Right.
said if we do it again, I'd do it on our own. I'd feel safe enough to do it on our own. And I think for the money that we'd be saving from a tour,
Right.
I would get to see all those places. And especially, I don't know if do you go to church or anything like that?
Mhm.
Right. So you know about the mission of St. Paul.
Right.
I didn't realize that St. Paul, that was one of his first missions in Turkey. He actually converted a lot of the people to Christendom and they got the underground churches there in Turkey. So that was quite interesting as well, seeing all that. But
Yep.
yeah, the Hippodrome is another one. I don't know if you heard of the Hippodromes
Mm-mm.
from the
No,
Roman
I
times. It's
know
where they,
nothing about Turkey.
okay. So the Hippodromes, because it goes back to the Roman times, remember how you'd see on the movies where they have their chariot races going around and around?
Right.
Well, that's the part now in Istanbul. I can't forget what it's called, but it's in the photo. You should see it there. That was the Hippodrome, but it's all pulled down, of course. Now it's like public space. But just to read the information, oh my goodness, good timing, isn't it? Um, hey, sorry,
That's
Sly.
all right.
I'm going to go out because hang on, I'm getting out of here. Hang on. Yeah, the Hippodrome was quite fascinating. I mean, the guide that we had, he lived in Istanbul,
Okay.
and the wealth of not man, he's so the wealth of knowledge. That I didn't even realize all this stuff. Like I didn't realize the Christians went there or Saint Paul. I didn't realize John from Revelations was there. None of that. I found all this out after going to Turkey.
Well,
So
that's like if they came over to Australia, they
yeah.
wouldn't know anything and you could tell them.
Well, that's what I said to them. I said, look, you got to come to Oz. I said, it's a beautiful place. And I said, we can put you up. And I said, the best part about it, you wouldn't have to pay for tours that we can just take you around,
Yeah,
you
right.
know. And that's the world's a really small place.
It is.
So,
Yes.
and I like meeting people, which is a blessing. So, and look, just because they don't speak the same tongue as me, that's no barrier. We're in the
Right.
modern age today where we got technology that allows us to access, you know,
Yes.
to talk. I know my wife she finds it boring when I start getting on about cameras and photos. But these people that speak to, they're in the same as me. They love photography. They love
Right.
landscape photography. So
Yeah.
I was in my element, over there. Went on the Bosphorus River. So you got the Asian. So in Turkey, in Istanbul, you've got the Asian side and the European side,
Okay.
right? And it's only like a 10-15 minute ferry trip across from the European side to the Asian side.
Okay.
Again, the Asian side's beautiful. But the mosque, they've got, I think, I don't know, the thousands and thousands of mosques throughout Turkey itself. I mean, everywhere you look, you'll see a mosque. You know,
Okay.
look backwards, look sideways, you'll see it. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
It's kind of like every small town in Oklahoma has at least 10 Baptist churches.
Yeah, well, it used to be like that here, but we found over time they're disappearing,
Hmm.
and that's a shame, really.
No, we're in the Bible Belt, so they just keep building new ones.
Really,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can
But
understand why it was a shock to me. Like going there and hearing the call of prayer and that.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Right?
Yeah, so
Did
yeah,
they
it was quite
did
a
they expect you to follow suit, or did they
no,
understand
no.
you were a
They're
tourist?
very
Okay.
sec. They're in East at the moment. This is, I think, the problem. Erdogan, I don't know what you call him, the leader of Turkey. He wants to make it. He wants to bring the Ottoman Empire back. One of them was saying, and they want to stay secular.
Okay.
So, because at the moment they're very secular, even though they're it's a Muslim country,
Right.
um, you as a woman can walk around the streets without wearing a hijab or
Mhm.
a nijab or a burqa. The only requirement is when you go into a mosque, you've got to put a covering over your head,
Right.
right? And with me being a male, I can't wear anything that's higher than my knees. So if I'm going to wear shorts, it's got to go below the knee. Um, but apart from that, yeah, they're pretty accepting. Um, Only one mosque I think I've had an issue with. I don't know what he was saying, but I think he was saying bugger off because I wanted to go in and have a look. He would let me.
Oh, okay.
Uh, but look, I ask questions. I don't care what anyone believes in.
Was
As
it
long
really
as they
hot?
don't put off. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, Hotter than Brisbane's quite hot and quite humid. And I considered for that time of year it was hotter than our summer.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
so I found it really hard, the humidity, and that was in spring. So that
Right.
was our spring and it was still hot.
Yeah.
So I thought, man, I can't deal with that. So but yeah, no, yeah, no, I had a great time. I'd go back tomorrow if I had the money.
Yeah. Now you're in
Yeah.
you're in your spring now, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And you would be going into your winter, I think. Is that correct?
Well,
Or
autumn.
fall?
Yeah. Fall.
Autumn,
Yeah.
yeah, the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So when we're in summer, you're in winter.
Right.
Think if I got that right. And then our spring
Yes.
is your fall. Yeah,
Yes.
that's correct. Yeah. So um yeah, besides that, yeah. Got so many
I
photos and videos. Hey?
yeah, I'll pull them up and kind of make a slideshow, and then I'll have you
Yeah.
on, but instead of your picture, it'll be the pictures that you took, but people can still hear you.
I'll try to get some from the camera because most of them are from my mobile. So you let me know if they're okay to use.
Okay.
It's just I'm been so busy since being back. I just haven't had time to sit there and edit all the photos or get them off. I'm just starting now to do it.
Right.
And that's doing it at night, like for about 2 hours at night, just sitting down with Deb, having a coffee and watching telly with Deb, and then it's back to bed again and back to busy again the next day. So
Right.
yeah, I thought I'll just start with the mobile ones because they're there.
Right.
And then my son told me that I can do it. He's the one that said, all I've got to do is put it on to OneDrive, send a link, and they can download all the photos they want. So,
Well,
and that
it
they didn't
said I
tell me you
didn't.
have to make it open. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't let me have permission. So,
Yeah, I didn't realize you had to give permission. It would have helped if they told me that.
right.
Well, I'm
Uh,
new at all this.
Roy says a
So
very famous church. So apparently something you
that
said is a very famous church.
I'd be the
And
Hagia Sophia
Christianity started in Istanbul,
for
Constantinople.
Constantinople.
Yeah.
Correct, correct. And the thing is, the Galata Towers, when you go there, they've got a thing. I think it's 1430 or 1465. I think it's on. If I got, if not, I'll send it to you. It's 14 something, and it's not when that was built. That was when the Ottoman Turks actually conquered Constantinople, and they've
Okay.
got the date on the Galata Towers because that Galata Towers, they could see their enemies coming from miles away when they're up in there.
Right.
And it's a beautiful. And then you've got, oh, that's right, you've got the Maiden's Tower. But if you say to the Turks, where's the Maiden's Tower, they won't know because they don't know it by the Maiden's Tower. So you got to use, like, for them to understand, you got to use that word. I can't pronounce it. So I just say the Maiden's Tower. We found it. It was we went on the Asian side,
Right.
but it was funny because the first day we arrived, I wanted to go to the Galata Towers to
Hmm.
get photos during the day. So we decided, oh, let's give the train a go to get over to the Galata Tower side. Anyway, this gentleman from Turkey, he was very, very helpful. Not
Not.
end up taking it, not. goes, follow me, I'll show you where to go. He says, on this train, and I'll tell you where to get off. And anyway, we got off, and I recognised it from watching YouTube videos, right up until we went. I
Right.
looked at it and I went, hang on. I said, this is the Asian side. He goes, yeah, no worries. So we ended up going the Asian side first rather than last. Makes no difference. We wanted to go,
Right.
but they're
Right.
very patriotic. Everywhere you go, you'll see their flags flying. So they're very patriotic.
Right.
So they love their country. But the fact that they're, I don't know, in general, I found them to be really nice people. I've never had an issue at all over in Turkey.
I
I,
am
I just
so
love,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
so glad you
sorry.
had a good experience.
Yeah, it'll be something that I'll always have.
Right.
And it's
Right.
something I always wanted to do. So now I've ticked that off my little bucket list.
Yeah.
Where do I go from here? I don't know. We're running out of funds. I've been going on too many trips. So yeah, I don't think we're going on much more this year or next year. So
Well, from what I understand, in order to fly, even within the
yep,
US, you have to have what they call a real ID or your passport.
yes,
So,
yep.
yeah, my passport, unfortunately, I had long dark hair, and so it doesn't really look like me anymore, but
Oh, you'll have to get a new one. Yeah, yeah.
I've
And
heard
the thing is,
I
that's
have
the
to.
other thing too. And unlike here in Australia, when you're in Turkey, you've got to carry your passport with you at all times,
Okay.
which I didn't realise until afterwards. Oh, the other culture shock for me was, because I'm not used to seeing it here in Brizzy or in Australia for that matter,
Right.
is the armed forces on the streets and the police. And that's the other thing why I wasn't too worried about, because I mean, you only got to go like 30 metres and there's more police again. So there were police everywhere. There was armed forces everywhere.
Oh, really?
So that, yeah, I mean, it was a shock seeing. I'm not used to seeing, people with submachine guns, machine guns on their side.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but you don't take a photo of them. I did sneakily, but someone told me you shouldn't have done that because they can arrest you for doing it.
Oh,
But I wanted to
okay.
do it, so I did it. That's me. I
We
also went
have
in somebody's.
we have in our like our downtown areas, we
Yeah,
have mounted police on horseback. So
with
that's a
their
pretty
machine guns.
not machine guns. No. No,
No, that's right.
just
It'll just be
mounted.
their sidearm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just mounted police. Yeah.
yeah. So when
Randy
you're seeing these all, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Randy probably has them in Texas too.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Not with
I don't
machine
know.
guns.
I've never seen that. So that was sort of a shock, but it didn't bother me. Like,
Right.
um, yeah, it's just so much. Where do I start and end it all? I mean, it's so many, so much. But I do recommend people, if they're ever going to
Mhm.
go there, if they can afford to go,
Right.
it's definitely on the must go to. Same way, I
Okay.
like to do Greece. I said to Deb, I said I'd love to do Greece and Rome. My son's gone; he loves it. So I said, even if we don't go anywhere for the next 3 to 5 years and save up and do that one, maybe do Greece and Rome.
Right.
That would be nice. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's good. So,
I would love to
all right.
see Italy. I've got a good
Yeah,
friend that lives in England, and so
yep,
I am planning a trip over there, because I can stay with her, and
yep,
apparently she lives right in the middle, and England's a pretty small island, and so you
yeah, I did.
go north one day and you can go to the coast, and you go west one day you can go to the coast, because she's like right in the middle, and so it's not a real far drive any way you
Right.
go to a coast. So that'll be
Yeah,
definitely different.
yeah, I'd love to
But
do that as well. But yeah, I've got family in England, so and Deb's got a friend in Scotland who offered to take us around Scotland. So that would be
that's on
nice.
my
But the
bucket
thing
list
is,
too.
yeah, that's a must. But the thing is, we worked out because we were planning on it last year, not last year, the year before, we were planning on doing Scotland
Hmm.
until we realised our $10,000 in not 10,000, we allowed 5,000 for spending money.
Right.
but found out since once we convert it over to pounds, we only get 2,500. So it's half our money's gone. And I'm not sure how that would work. Like other places cheaper? Would the food be cheaper?
I don't
Um,
think so.
no, that's what I asked my son. He goes, no, he goes, they're about the same. And I thought, well, we can't afford to do that at the moment. That's
Right.
something we'd have to save up for.
Yeah.
Um, see, the US is, so you're lucky in a way because the US has the stronger dollar.
I think it's just it's almost even with the pound, but I think it's a little bit lower.
It's a little bit, is it? I thought it was just a tad higher than the pound. Is it lower now, is it?
I think it fluctuates. So,
Yeah, but either way, even if it was just slightly down or slightly up or even, it's a
right.
lot better than us losing half,
Right.
50%,
Definitely.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's where the advantage of having the US dollar. Even in Turkey, they trade in US dollar as well. And in, that's the other thing. They don't, a lot of the big places will not take lira. So if you want to, like as a tourist, you want to go into the Hagia Sophia, they
Right.
won't take lira, they'll take euros.
Okay.
So so now I've got to convert the lira back over to the lira to euros.
Right.
And I thought, man, that's a pain in the ass. So that's because they said the dollar the euro's not stable. Apparently it's worth nothing.
Oh,
It's worth nothing.
okay.
Yeah. So that's why they're going to the pound, not the pound, the what do you call it? The I've gone blank, Sly. Euro. That's why
Right.
they're trading in euros because the euro is a stable currency.
Right.
So that means that the people in Istanbul they would get more for their money over there. Oh,
Yeah.
the Grand Bazaar is another one. Is a must see. My goodness, that is huge. I've never seen a shopping place as big as this place. It's humongous, and I didn't even get to see even half of it. And I was there for about 2 hours.
Well, no, they have a lot of outdoor markets, right?
Yes, 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 they do.
So that's
So
what I
we
would
bought
like.
fruit and things like that. Yeah. So, I'd go and buy fruit from, the outside store and things. You can't
Mhm.
drink water there. You've got to buy bottled water. They even tell you that themselves in the hotel. Don't ever drink the water in Istanbul.
Right.
Apparently, it's contaminated. So
Ooh.
we just kept on um, buying, bottled water.
Right.
And when we go back to the motels, they supply it free of charge, bottled water. So we would just top it up before we leave for the day, and then have it when we get back and just buy one or two bottles while we're out.
Right.
But yeah, that was another thing. I'm not used to that either. I mean, we have clean water here, so to think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, our water's kind of iffy, so I drink bottled water anyway. So,
Do you?
yeah.
Would your water be bore water? You wouldn't be on bore water, would you?
No, but the the municipality where I live, the water has made people sick before, and so rather
Oh,
than
okay,
taking any chances, I just use bottled water.
right. See, we
So,
don't have we use not tap water here. We find bit. Yeah, it's all right. So.
yeah.
I've never been sick from our water, but the taste's not so great. Um,
Randy says
but
Greece and
yeah,
Rome are excellent. And
really,
Texas, yeah, and Texas is bigger
yeah.
than England.
uh,
Fif-
how
56
much
and a
bigger?
56 and a half million people in England and 30 million in
So,
Texas.
whoa, really?
Yeah.
56 million in England and 30. My goodness, that small place.
Yeah. Well,
That's a lot of people.
Texas is huge, right? I mean,
Right.
it's
And
a
that's where you're living, is it? So you're in
I'm
Texas,
I'm right above Texas. So I'm in
above Texas.
Oklahoma,
So
which
how
is hmm?
Oklahoma? So how far
Yeah.
is that from Peter in Florida? He lives in Florida, doesn't he?
Yes. Yes,
So how far is that?
I'm 1,000 miles
Oh,
from Peter. Yeah.
oh, well, that is a big difference.
Yes.
I was thinking you guys sort of just around the corner, sort of thing, like
No.
a few hours drive.
No, that was I think that was like a 20-hour drive
Oh my
cuz
goodness.
yeah. So,
Bugger that. I
um
get a plane.
well, I was picking a kayak up on the way home. So I needed my
Oh well
truck.
then
Yeah.
well I guess
So
so.
it
If you
it
got
turned out
time, I
okay.
suppose driving, you can stop along the way, but yeah.
If I ever did it again, I would take more time. But at the time I was working and I only had so many days of vacation. So now that I'm not working, I would stretch it out over more time. But it was a
That's
pretty
like
hard
us now that
drive.
we're sort of about that age. And that's like us here because we're at the age now where, we're not working now.
Mhm.
We have that time. Well, you think you'd be more free, but between the grandkids and the kids, I think the kids are the worst. Um,
Yep.
yeah, the life it's never a dull moment.
Right.
I think we're more busier now than what we were before.
I know
I
I
said to
am.
my wife,
Yeah.
yeah. And I said, what happened to us
So,
having an easy day, like an easy time? It
right?
seems like there's more on our plate than what there was before.
Yes.
Yeah. But,
Well, and I think
but yeah,
too,
no,
when you're working, you have a schedule, and when you're
mm,
not working, you don't. And people just assume that you're free. And
yeah, that's right.
yeah. So
But
I've
there's
noticed I am a
totally
lot busier.
thing
Randy
is,
says,
life goes on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Randy
sorry.
says it takes him 2 days to get to Miami because, he's quite a ways south of where I am.
Right,
And so
right,
he has a much straighter line uh,
right.
than what I do. He stops in
That'll be
Mississippi
me.
halfway to rest.
Well,
Yeah,
that'll be me because my disability and my back problems, I can't sit in a car for 20 hours straight.
right.
I've
Yeah.
got to stop about every couple of hours. I need to stop for about 10, 15 minutes.
Hmm.
So it makes it hard. But yeah, I love to do the States. My uncle went there. He went to New York, I think it was, in Los Angeles,
Right.
and he loved it over there. Is that where St. Alice Island is in New York?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently one of my cousins works in New York. So
Now, see, I
yeah.
have been to New York City, which is
Yep.
not the same as New York State. Okay. New York
Oh,
City is
oh,
a cesspool of mankind. I hated it. But New York
right,
State is an actual beautiful place, especially in the fall. Um, and
right.
everybody thinks New York City, you know, when they say New York, that's what they're thinking of as New
Yeah.
York City. But New York State is, and New York's a pretty good sized state. It's not as big as Texas, but it's a pretty good sized state, and it's absolutely
I'll have to look that
beautiful.
one up.
Yeah, once you
Oh,
get
I
out of the
thought,
city.
yeah. Okay, well, I don't know where all I know, he showed me photos of Ellis Island.
Hmm.
That's the statue, isn't it? Ellis Island with
Yes,
that Liberty.
Statue of
Yeah,
Liberty.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that, and yeah, he loved it over there. Um, but I think your culture and Australian culture out. Hang on, Sly. No, leave her in here. She's right. Um, thing is, I wanted to go even though you're in America
Right.
and we're in Australia, right? I find our cultures are very similar because we're from the West. We're from England originally. Like when you trace the roots back, both Australia and um, the US and go to the UK. So the cultures, even though different, are sort of the same, I think.
Right. Right.
Where you go over to Greece or you go over to over to Istanbul or Turkey, all those places, or Israel, like my wife's gone to Israel, totally different,
Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah, and I think you're right. I mean, Americans basically came from England, and Australians basically came from England. So, over the
yeah.
years we've kind of changed a little bit, but and we certainly talk different.
Yeah, well that's right. And we've got some what I said last week? Flat out like a lizard drink, and there's a new one for you.
Right. Right.
So
So,
my
Jeff,
OT, yeah.
what are the animals on the bed behind you?
Oh, this little guy here, that was for my grandkids. And they see it's now back
Okay.
on my bed, right? It's a puppet. It's a possum. Um,
Okay.
ringtail possum, I think it's called. I'm sure I'll get told if I said it wrong, but yeah,
Okay.
that's a ringtail possum. So we have them in our backyard here as well.
Oh, okay. But
So they're all right. Long till,
that's a stuffy, right?
yeah, that's
It
the stuffy. But look so
Okay.
real when
Okay.
you put your hands in it and you just slightly move them. Its
Okay.
face and everything looks like it's unreal. My grandkids couldn't believe it. So yeah, they got that. Um, yeah, no,
I got you.
pretty
I
good.
got you. We
So
have
yeah,
a whole army of stuffies over here. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My grandkids, they're everything to us. Our grandkids. You know,
Yeah,
my
same
wife is
same.
called yeah, and she's called Gigi, as I think I've told you before.
Yeah.
They called her gorgeous grandma.
Yeah.
So it's always Gigi, and I'm just plain Pa. That's it,
Well, I get
Grandpa.
to starting tomorrow afternoon, I get to babysit
Yep.
for a week. So,
Yeah, you're blessed. You're blessed.
he will my daughter is going to Oregon, somewhere in Oregon. I'm
Ah,
not sure where, but so I get to watch little man, and
so you're lucky. At the moment, we're not
yes.
allowed to. They don't. They're very overprotective,
Mm.
and we couldn't believe it that for the first time in 2 years, we're allowed to take our granddaughter and grandson to the beach.
Oh,
And the
fun.
beach is only like it's a 45-minute drive to the beach,
Right.
and we could never take them on our own without mum and dad.
Mm.
So we were quite chuffed that they allowed us to take them
Yeah.
because they're everything to us. And I believe that grandkids should grow up with their grandparents.
Oh, yeah. Now, how old are they?
Belle is 7 and
Okay.
Luca is 4, I think. Geez, you're making me think now. Hey, getting too old for this. Yeah, 4, I think he is 4. He's in
Okay.
kindy still. So I think that's 4, 4, 5. Yeah, I think he's 4 because he
Okay.
goes to prep, what they call prep, in 2 years' time. So where Bella is going, she's grade 1 going into grade 2, Bella.
Okay.
So, and she's a Miss Know It All.
Of course. All girls
What
know
do we know?
everything.
Yeah, of course. And she's
Yeah.
there to tell Pa off. But yeah, no, she loves her Pa.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You know, she comes over, the first thing she does is come running over, gives me a hug. And then the thing is, I play with her, where Deb's different. Deb's a comforter. So when she's upset, Deb, she'll go to
Runs to
Deb. She'll
Deb.
want nothing to do with me. So Deb's a
Right.
comforter.
Yeah.
I'm the playmate that plays with them. So, so both, you know, they see us differently. So it's not that
Yeah.
they love one more than the other. It's just different.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Well, I'm kind
So
of an all-in-one. Uh, his other grandparents don't really have a lot to do with him, so
yeah, same vows,
so
same
he
here.
just kind of has me, and
Yeah,
we're thick as thieves. So by nine
yeah.
o'clock
No,
next week, he should be about a bed and asleep. We'll see. So,
yeah. That's a young one that you took to drag to the to
uh-oh, where'd you go? I think I lost him. Uh, Randy says New York City is located southeast portion of New York State. Yes, and New York State is beautiful. Randy says I still have my stuffed toys when I was young. Have to put it away to keep it away from the new kid on the block. LUCK wants to play with them also. Yes, and chew on them. Well, guys, I think we lost Jeff. Um, let's see.
I don't know what happened there. It just died, cut off.
Okay. Well, I was going to wrap it up anyway.
Okay,
Um, so I will try to get the pictures so we can do like a slideshow and you can kind of explain what we're looking at. And
okay.
for next week, I don't know how long I'll be able to stay on because, like I said, 8:30 is his bedtime, so he should
Yeah,
be asleep by the time I go live, but if he hears me talking, I'm sure he'll want to get up and
I'm sure.
join the party.
or
So,
or you can leave it to the week after when you don't have him if you want, whatever you
yeah,
prefer.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, my son is coming
It's no
over
big
to
deal. So yeah.
yeah, well, I'm curious to see him. I'm gonna see if I can't, and I think I know how to get them as an overlay on the
Yeah.
screen, but where they can still hear both of us. So,
What I might do once I get some more photos out, I might just put them up the same way, like what do you call it? OneDrive.
right,
I'll
right,
put them up for you as well, and then maybe you may pick from them. So you can just, I don't know, I would do it myself, but I don't know how to do it. So the only way I know how to do is send you the videos
right.
and the photos and videos, whatever. If you know how to edit them, great. If not, yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought I'd look. It's not to me. It's nothing personal in the photos. It's just about our trip. So I don't
Right,
care
right.
who sees it. You know what I mean? It's nothing.
No,
So I don't mind sending him over to you.
I
Yeah,
think I have to put them up as an overlay on
right.
the screen. So, yeah.
And I can just say like, can you stop at each one or
Yes.
okay?
Yeah,
And
it
you can
won't
ask me questions while you're doing it.
I think they'll be able to hear us, I think.
Right.
If I do
Okay.
because I think it's like so when I put a comment up, I think it'll be like that, only it'll be a picture, and so you won't see you or I.
That's all right.
You'll
They need to see me.
but they can still hear us. So,
Okay.
yeah. But
All right.
I'm gonna call it a night. I've got an early morning. I've got to take some people to the airport. So,
Okay. Well, sleep tight. Have a safe week and
all
stay awesome,
right.
eh?
Thank you for joining
Good
me
on you.
and thank
No, thank you
thank
for having me.
yeah,
See
and thank
y'all.
everybody else. Thank you guys so much for coming and spending your Tuesday night with us and I can take these out now. Uh hugely, hugely appreciate it. And Roy, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. I don't even know if you're still with me. But see, this is why I don't like these because they get wrapped around things. But we will do this all next Tuesday. It may be a short one. I don't know. Or I may start an hour early. I don't know. But until then, stay safe, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so very much. And I'll see everybody next week. Good night.